The DOJ just paid millions to FBI agents fired for serious misconduct, including one who was on restricted Capitol grounds on January 6th. Louisiana just wiped out a majority black congressional district, and Ukraine's biggest corruption scandal just landed on Zelensky's front door. That and more on today's episode of Blasphemy News. Let's start with your money. The DOJ, under a supervision official who was previously removed as a judge for hanging a Hitler photo in his chambers and refusing to marry same-sex couples, intervened in nearly a dozen FBI disciplinary cases and handed out over $3 million in settlements. One recipient entered a restricted Capitol area on January 6th and lied to investigators about it. Republicans are calling these whistleblower protections. Democrats are calling it what it looks like, rewarding misconduct with your tax dollars. Redistricting is becoming a full-blown crisis. Louisiana's Republican legislature just advanced a map that eliminates one of the state's majority black congressional districts. Similar moves across at least 4 southern states could hand Republicans 6 to 7 additional House seats before this isn't funny. Before a single vote is cast in November. Trump told reporters it looks like they're going to pick up a lot of seats. He wasn't wrong, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Virginia Democrats are running the same play from the other side, asking the Supreme Court to reinstate a map that would flip the delegation from 6 to 5 Democratic to 10 to 1. Legal observers say they're unlikely to win. Both parties are doing this. One party is currently winning at it. Kevin Warsh is now your Federal Reserve Chair, confirmed 54 to 45, the closest vote in modern history. The confirmation was held up for months while a DOJ probe led by Janine Pirro investigated outgoing Chair Jerome Powell over a building renovation. Prosecutors dropped it in April. Powell will stay on the board as a check on political interference, which tells you everything about how much trust exists in this relationship. Warsh wants fewer policy meetings, less transparency, and a smaller balance sheet. Watch your mortgage rates. Ukraine's biggest corruption case since the invasion began just named Zelensky's former chief of staff as suspect in a $10.5 million money laundering probe. Zelensky isn't accused, but this is the worst possible moment. Kiev is actively lobbying the West for money and weapons, and the agencies running this investigation are the same ones Ukraine tried to defang last year before EU pressure forced a reversal. And lastly, Colombia's presidential rate tightens with 18 days out. The outcome will directly shape whether the U.S.-Colombia relations gets worse or significantly worse, given where things already stand on tariffs, drug policy, and China's Belt and Road. That's it for today's episode of Blasphemy News, and as always, thank you for watching.